Have you tried Lazy Guy Distillery, located right here in North Georgia? Let's check them out.
Are you ready? The time has come. Let the show begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Appalachian Bourbon Society Bar. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Jamie.
And tonight we are reviewing several bottles from Lazy Guy Distillery, located right here in Kennesaw, Georgia, about 40-45 minutes south of us. We have had the opportunity to visit there once. Cute little place.
It was so cute. And it was funny because I went in the bathroom and had to come out and tell you to go check the bathroom out. It was just set up really cute. The campfire outside was nice.
Really nice.
Very cozy.
Yeah, it's a great place to visit, especially, I know we're coming into summer here, but fall, you can sit outside by the fire pit. They got the fire going. I mean, it's just a really nice place to visit. I mean, even some of these late spring afternoons get a little chilly. Mm-hmm. They're open Thursday through Saturday, I think. I think that's correct. But yeah, give them a chance. Check them out if you can. We're going to review. You want to tell everybody what the first one is?
Yeah, so the first one we are going to be reviewing is the Embers. And this one is 100 proof, distilled from grain and aged in new charred oak barrels. And I'll just read you a little part on the back that they have here. Let me get it in the light. It says, although Sherman may have burned our cities during the infamous March to the Sea, he didn't scorch our spirits. From those smoldering remains arose a great state, just as charred oak barrels gave birth to the smooth Georgia straight bourbon. So here's the Embers.
Yeah, so this is a bourbon here. Now on their website it says this is aged 8 years.
8 years, it did.
And it is from locally sourced grains. So pour it up.
All right. Oh,
Tight.
that's tight in there. And if I'm not mistaken, when we visited, they told us they were going to be building another newer building. Oh, here we go.
Nice pop for 100 proof. So let's just push some of these up out the way for a minute, but we got fresh glasses for each one of these.
So the night we were there, I just had a cocktail. We had actually just left a festival that evening and stopped and met one of our members there actually, and so I enjoyed a cocktail that evening.
Definitely got some caramel. What are you getting there? A little bit of sweetness.
Caramel? I do.
But I'm also getting a little bit of that grain forwardness.
Got a little bit of that grain, yeah.
Now, I don't know if they're aging this in 53-gallon barrels. I'm assuming they are if this is 8 year. If that was a 30-gallon barrel, it'd be a lot darker than that, you would think anyway.
Right.
But yeah, a little grain forwardness on the nose, not bad. This is a fresh pop, so some of that could mellow out a little bit. But there's
you would almost
definitely some caramel, and then I'm almost getting like a black tea note.
Yeah, I could see tea in there. I could see that. I was gonna say almost, you almost with that grain forwardness, you almost would think there was a little bit of wheat in here, almost like that was Pop-Tart.
Well, we got 3, so cheers.
Cheers. So it definitely still has some grain on that palate.
Yeah.
For this one. But I think on the back end, you're pulling out a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of cinnamon spice on the back end. You get that grain, almost tastes like cornbread. If you like cornbread, I get it like a cornbread note right there on the front, like a sweet cornbread. And then it almost transitioned into
Like a Fireball candy.
well, that's on the very back. I'm talking about mid palate.
Oh, mid-palate.
Focus on the mid palate. Tell me what's there. You're skipping over steps here. But yeah, you do get that spicy cinnamon in the back.
Kind of get that herbal note mid palate.
See, I was thinking again black tea, but it wasn't quite like a black tea note, so I didn't want to say it to start with, but you said herbal, so that's
And tea can go on that herbal,
maybe like a, not black tea, maybe more of a green tea.
like a green, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Not bad. This is a $39.99 bottle. We did find this bottle at one of our local liquor stores. So if you are looking for it, it is in a couple of the local stores. You can also pick it up at the distillery there. But yeah, that's not bad. I would like to see it with a little bit more age on it, but it's a good start.
A little bit more punch and flavor. I would like. It's like I said, I felt like the back end of it, where I got the most, and it was just that cinnamon was pulling forward.
All right, so up next, this is their Georgia Straight Bourbon Whiskey, finished in Pedro Jimenez barrels. So this one comes in at 119.6 proof, so we're stepping up in the proof. I can't tell you exactly what this one cost. A member picked this one up for us and donated it to us.
And these only
for a
come
review.
in the 375.
Yeah, these are only in the 375s there. There you go.
Thank you.
So I will say their website, we pulled up their website. It's currently under construction, but this is definitely a lot darker. Didn't see this on the website, so I can't tell you anything about the age on this one. But
Do you know anything about that Pedro finish?
it's a wine barrel.
Just a wine. Yeah, I get wine on the nose. Like a dark red wine. And I could be wrong.
Yeah. I actually kind of like that nose.
Almost like
That's
a
got those
the
dark,
red grape.
yeah. But that's those dark, deep, savory notes that I kind of like. I'm usually not a big wine finish guy, but that on the nose is really nice.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
But you can also, on the nose, just get that little bit of tartness that you can get from wines. I'm not a wine expert, by all means.
Well, cheers.
Cheers. This one's up your alley. I can tell you right now.
I definitely like this one better than the first one. First sip. Now, I will say, as that sits on my palate, you start to get more of that, like a dark red wine influence. And I wish we knew a little bit more about wine, because that might be what a Pedro Jimenez is. But that's what it reminds me of, is like a dark red wine
And I was
on the end of the palate. But it's not like drying. And most wine finishes, to me, kind of dry the palate out on the back end. That's not drying, but that note is sitting there.
well, I
in the
could
back
see
of the
this one
palate.
being more your jam
Oh, definitely.
versus mine. This one to me goes more towards that tobacco and dark chocolate notes that you like. So I definitely seeing that one being more.
Yeah, it's definitely on the savory side, darker fruits. Man.
That tobacco dark.
What is a
it
Pedro
like
Jimenez barrel?
Is it like a licorice I'm thinking on there?
Excuse me.
He's looking up this barrel. We should have done that before.
Yeah, but you had to ask me on camera, so.
That one's a lot more viscous than the first one.
All right, so it says one of the most flavor-packed finishing tools in whiskey if you like rich dessert-style profiles. So that's a super sweet Spanish sherry is what was in it.
Sun-dried grapes,
Yeah.
which of course wine,
So,
but
yeah, I'm definitely getting those dark fruits on there, some raisins as it sits on my palate. This one's not bad.
this one is not my favorite, but it has more of that savory dark notes that you like versus I like the lighter, sweeter notes.
Look at the legs.
That's what I said. It's very viscous. It's a lot darker than that first one.
Yeah. Man.
So now I'm interested to see what this next one is.
All right, last up on the table, but certainly not least, this is a straight rye whiskey, aged in Oloroso sherry barrels. So another sherry barrel finish, but this is Oloroso versus
And I like the Oloroso. We have another one that,
not much of a pop on that guy. But this one comes in at 118.7 proof. So nice color to it as well. Nice proof point.
that looks dark as well. So I was looking on the bottle. It looks like that said Series 2 on there. So there must have been a...
So this says a Series 1122-043 is the series number. So I don't know what that tells you. 11 of 20.
Oh, series number. I was thinking that was a 2.
Yeah,
Roman
I
number.
don't know what. This one has a series number on it as well. This is 0225. I wonder if that's the date. So this is 0225.
Bottle 22.
So February 2025 maybe, and then this one 11 of 2022 maybe. I don't know, but just to recap, this is the rye whiskey here, aged in sherry barrels, Oloroso sherry.
Okay, I like the nose on this one better.
Man, that last one's still sitting on my palate.
That cinnamon.
No,
dark,
not
or
cinnamon.
Not cinnamon.
Dark
First one was
fruit
cinnamon. Excuse me.
Raisins and.
That tobacco to me. That's what or the dark
Yeah, I'm
chocolate
not getting.
tobacco.
I didn't get any chocolate or tobacco on it. It's just dark fruit like raisins and plums and stuff you don't like to eat.
I want the red fruits and the watermelon, strawberries.
The sweet ones.
Right. Now this one, I like the nose on this one.
Yeah.
That sweet caramel vanilla.
Not getting any like rice spice or mintiness on it. And all of these are fresh cracks. I don't know if we stated that earlier or not, but yeah, we just fresh cracked all of these. The only thing we've done, took the plastic off of them before we started filming, but
Well, you don't have to listen to that crinkling.
yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
This is my favorite nose of the bunch for sure.
Yeah.
Well, cheers. Let's see if it's
Cheers.
the favorite on the palate.
That one's brighter.
Not a lot. A little bit, but not a lot.
It's a little brighter, a little more tart.
Yep. Man, I'm not picking up any rye there though. I mean,
No,
that
no.
does not drink like a rye to me at all. That, if you handed me that, I'd say, okay, that's a bourbon finish, a finished bourbon. On that first sip, anyway.
And it may be the sherry, the notes from that sherry that are masking that mintiness or notes that you get on that rye.
And again, I don't know.
Not quite as viscous as the second one.
No, a little thinner.
It's a little thinner. Finish is a little shorter, so I think the second one had the longest finish on it.
Oh, definitely. It sit on the palate. Had a nice mouthfeel to it. This one, like you said, is a little bit thinner. A little shorter finish. Still a good finish to it, though.
Brighter fruit notes.
A little brighter fruit.
A little bit of tartness.
Yeah. As it sits on the palate, it goes from that bright, sweet fruitiness into a little tartness.
Like
and-
a
now
green
this one-
apple tart.
I was going to say, this one dries my palate out
Yes.
as it sits on the palate.
I agree.
And that's what I hate with the wine finish stuff. A lot of them dries my palate out, and I don't like that. But good flavor. But the only thing with it drying your palate out like that, it makes me want to take another sip and another sip and another sip. And
That's their thought behind it, so you keep sipping it and get more.
that's not a good thing.
So,
I drink it way too fast is the problem.
right. So tonight, out of the three, I think I can guess what your favorite one was.
Which one?
Out of the three, the second one.
Exactly.
And actually tonight, I'm going to agree with you, even though it's not always my jam on those notes, but it had the most overall finish.
Yeah,
and
so first place, Georgia Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished in the Pedro Jimenez barrels. That was our first place for tonight. Pretty good. Now, my second place, and I think it will be yours as well, is going to be the rye.
I'm
No?
going to disagree with you.
Oh, okay. My second place tonight is the rye. Really good. The only downside to this one, This has a better finish and a better mouthfeel on it to me than the Embers did. The Embers drink a little, and of course it is the lowest proof, so that may be affecting my judgment here a little bit, but I didn't like the initial grain forwardness of it. This doesn't have the grain forwardness. If you like some of those grain cornbread notes and you like a lower proof, that Embers might be your jam. But for me, it was the rye. But for you,
It was the Embers.
it's gonna be.
And for me, the Embers, yes, it had that grain forwardness on it, but I really enjoyed that cinnamon hint on the back end of
Yeah.
it. And it didn't dry my palate out as bad as that rye did. So after sipping the rye, then I just immediately wanted some water. So overall, everything together, that's how Embers just went in second for me.
I can see that 100%. But I like that darker, better mouthfeel.
Oh yeah, you're the
It's,
mouthfeel guy. But I'm surprised we picked the same one as first. But overall, it had the best flavor, best mouthfeel, best finish. So
Yeah. All right, folks. We hope you enjoyed this. If you have tried anything from Lazy Guy Distillery, please let us know down in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And if you are located here in North Georgia, we'd highly recommend going by, paying them a visit. It is an awesome atmosphere, sitting out on the porch or sitting out by the fire. It's just great.
and they have other things, but I was just going to pop in real quick. They
Oh,
have other
yes.
things besides just bourbon or whiskey.
Yes.
And then, like I said, they have some pretty dang good cocktails there too.
Yeah, they had all kinds of different cocktails. They have some rum. Oh goodness, I'm trying to remember what all was there, but I apologize. I can't. I know they had
a variety.
They had a good variety. Stop by, try a cocktail, try some of their bourbon, try some of their rye whiskey, try some of the rum. I actually had a pour of the rum while I was there and enjoyed it pretty good as well. Let them know Appalachian Bourbon Society sent you, and let us know down in the comments what your thoughts were if you do go by and visit the place. We think it's super cool, super cute. Highly recommend.
Oh, so friendly.
Yeah.
So friendly.
All right, folks. Until next time, please drink responsibly, never drink and drive. And as always, keep it neat.
Mountains hold our laughter, echoes in the night. Appalachian spirit, burning strong and bright.
I can't believe you went different than me.
I did. Well, first place we went the same. And as much as I don't like those darker notes that you overall, it just all pulled together on that bottle. And then this one, that last one, it dried me out.
It does. It dries you out. But if you didn't know that was a rye, you would never think it's a rye.
No.
It's got to be a low rye mash bill.
And honestly, I think these need to open up a week or two and maybe revisit that.
We say that on a bunch of videos. We never do.
I know, we never make a note of what we need to do. But I would like, especially the Embers, because I've heard some good things about the Embers, so I'd like for it to open up a little bit and then us come back and try it again.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, everybody.
Cheers.